Whoops. There we go. Hey everyone, welcome to another Malts and Meeples stream of Sleeping Gods. This time we're going to try and do what we did before, which is find that location from a couple times ago where the Manticore had, or the crew of the Manticore had been. We know it's at the base of a volcano. We're around a whole bunch of volcanoes, so we're probably in the right spot here. But that's where we're picking up at. And probably should start with some introductions. I'm Petter. Welcome to Malts and Meeples. This is going to be a continuation of a solo play of Sleeping Gods by Ryan Laukat and Red Raven Games. Sleeping Gods is kind of an adventure type game. And if you want to know more about it, definitely go back and check out some of the first ones. I spend a little bit more time talking about how the game works. But at this point in time, we're mainly diving into this world to see what we can find. We're looking for totems so that we can awaken the sleeping gods. And, well, last time we found another lead, possibly for another totem, as well as then spent a whole bunch of time now searching for that location, as I was saying. So, before that, let's talk about today's drink. Just a Negroni again, so equal parts gin, vermouth, and Campari. Normally I toss a few ice cubes into there. Just have it nice and cold. Didn't today. No particular reason why I didn't, but this is a drink that I really like. This is, it's my type of drink in that it is very bitter. Because this is sweet vermouth in there, so it has a little bit more of that, it's a little bit sweeter, but you also get more, I feel like, of the flavor of the vermouth coming through. And then Campari is a grapefruit liqueur, and that is going to give it a real solid bitter punch to it. Plus, gin isn't necessarily the most sweet, depending on the type you have. You often get that kind of piney, botanical taste from it, which then causes a really good combination of a drink, a very, very bitter drink, which is something that I like. So, now with all of that, we can get back down to the table here. As always, we're starting at the start of a day in order to, it makes it easier to remember where we're at. We have these two cards that we can equip here in the middle, or we can spend them for things, but let's see, where do we want to go? We don't need a heal. We don't have cubes. Don't need to repair the ship. Yeah, we literally have nobody who's injured at all right now, so let's go to the deck. I think we're not going to get an additional card from that, but two more command tokens isn't bad. Collecting those for when we eventually have a fight or something that we need to activate. Cards down here, or character abilities. So anything with these blue dots or dot. And then we can flip up to 3 of these search tokens. I'll start with 1. Ooh, meat and a veg. I think we still have some veg in here. Possibly. We're loaded up on food. Then I will flip one more for sure. a meat and damage to the ship at 6, so to the bridge. And I'm going to stop there just because I don't want to accidentally deal more damage to the ship and end up in a situation where I can't use the bridge, for example, without having to go to port to heal or to fix it, though I am at port right now, or I could go to port right now. But I'm not going to. I don't think I'm gonna. How much XP am I sitting on? 2. Not worth it right now. Nothing. I don't need to heal, and that's the big thing. Is it allows me to get rid of these fatigue tokens, which I would like to do, but it also allows me to heal. And right now, I don't really have a reason to spend just to get rid of the 4 fatigue that I have out on everybody. So I've done that. Now we get our event. When you travel this turn, -2 to fate. So choppy seas. Good thing I'm planning on traveling slowly. Though I'd really like to get rid of this one on Laurent, because then I could use him to help coming up here. Though I do have Gregory a little, so I should be good. So we sail. 5 -2 becomes a 3. We can travel 1. Well, we're going to travel here, as was our plan. And now we have to deal with this, hopefully not ending up with some ship damage. So, let's see. Gregory Little, and I think that's going to be it. We're just going to +2, so we're at 4. And I do have ways. Oh, where is it? Who has the +1? I can use Mac to get the +1, which I'm going to do to avoid the damage to the ship. And now we can explore. Second main action. Well, 102 is the only one that looks all that tempting to me right now, because it's the only one that could be considered near the base of a volcano. Don't have the keyword basement. That's the only keyword there. You land at shore and find a broken down house, the roof burnt. In the basement, you find a hoard of supplies. So, 2 meat, 2 grain. Do I have any veg left in here? 2 materials, 1 artifact, let's see. See 1 vegetable in there. There's 1 more. Doesn't look like it. Well, we have the ship loaded up if nothing else. So then we gain quest 158. Basement. We discover a basement with a hoard of goods. So, some point in time, somewhere, it's probably someone is going to be pissed about the fact that we took everything from their basement in their broken down place. And that's the start of our journey. We are 1 day, 1 round in. I consider it a day. I feel like it might be a week, really. So, who do I want? I'm going to hand out Power Strike to somebody who would benefit from eyes. Captain Odessa can't take it. Kanan. That means that he would now hit for 4, plus I could pay to have him hit for 1 more. We're going to come down here, get our 2 command tokens, draw our card, dodge. And I'm actually just going to straight up discard dodge to pull back on you. Gains me some more strength to use. And sunken ship. In the glittering turquoise shallows, you spot the skeletal remains of a ship. Sleek sharks circle the depths. So if we fail, it's 2 damage and a coin, or if we succeed, it's just a coin. I'd like to be like, I don't care about this, but I'm just going to send in Captain Odessa. And that gets us our 5. So we get our coin. When we get back here, I know there's a diving suit that we can get, and that's where I want to end up. I want to get it. There's also the hive there, so I want to check that out as well. Since I don't think it's going to be here, we're looking for a base of volcano. I want to sail here, because there's a couple of them at 12 and 115 that could be good, though I still really think it's going to be that. So sailing. Continue, and remember the binder, you can kind of see the dotted lines, I hope. But the binder is also considered to be a divider. So we sailed, and now 112 or 115, or not 112, but just 12 or 115. I'm going to go all the way up to the front here for 12. Cinder. We do not have Cinder, unfortunately. And this is a decently good spot for where it might be, because of the fact that, well, there's ash. Choking through the ash and soot, the crew surveys the base of the volcano. Mac catches a fiery salamander in a jar, and Gregory peeks in at the captive, its skin glowing like matchstick. These are worth a lot of money, says Mac, but they grow fast. I can see that, says Raphael, and beckons you to the beach where the dinghy is tied. An adult salamander blocks your access and deals out some brutal burns to the crew as they maneuver it from your path. So 2 health. We're just going to put both of it on Raphael. A weakened. Weakened. -2 to skills. Alright. As well as then adventure card 67. Now that I'm into the swing of this game, it goes fast. I will say that. I think the first few rounds and a little bit of learning this game, it feels like it's a lot. But is much less that you have to do, I think, than you would actually think for this game. There's a ton out on this table. but it's not difficult to keep track of, which is great. Fiery Salamander. While taking a market action, you can sell this card to gain 12 coins, or you can discard this card at any time to remove a low morale. Well, 12 coins for sure is going to be how we use this. Kasumi, basically, whenever we hit the quarters, allows us to remove a low morale. I don't need that many ways to remove it. Alright, that's 2. Today is over. And I did want to remove our weekend. So who can remove weekend? I know somebody can here. Gregory Little. Remove that weekend status. And I'm going to use Gloria Walker to draw 2 cards. Alert and Focused Mind. Focused Mind says whenever, so if you're at full health, you get +1 accuracy. An alert gives +1 accuracy no matter what, but we're going to leave it as is. I will have to discard coming up here when I draw a card, but I get to remove all of those. I get 2, and I draw a card. It's just a blank one for the same symbol as that. I don't need that. Get that discarded. And now let's see what this week's event is. Floating debris. During windstorm, a tree branch lands on the deck, hitting Kanan. Kanan takes 2 damage. And we gain vegetables, but we can't because we're out of vegetable tokens. So, I mean, at this point in time, we have 4 damage on crew. Costs 1 to do this, and 4 in any combination. 1, 2, 3, 4. Get some vegetables back in that supply. And now I can remove 4 tokens. 1, 2, 3, 4. And I can heal up to 5 back to full health. Not an action. Still have 2 tokens, and we might as well start then by exploring 115. I'm hoping this is it, but I still fully expect I'm going to sail more. 115. Sweet. The towering volcano to the west spews ash smoke, and as you grow closer, the island rumbles. The mouth of the volcano explodes. Hot magma rains down on the deck, and you sail away as the inferno rages behind you. In the distance, an airship emerges from the smoke. As it attempts to gain altitude, lava sprays the balloon, and the ship plummets down, crashing into the side of the volcano. Take 1 ship damage. 5. Yeah, we're gonna probably hit up port when we come back up to Lucre City. Gain quest 125. Assuming that has something to do with our crashed ship here. What were they doing flying through a volcano? Crashed airship. While sailing near an erupting volcano, we watched an airship crash. The craft is still intact and there might be survivors. We should search the craft by landing on the beach to the north. So up here. But who is the most to aid me with sailing? We're going to do it with Raphael. It's a +1 because we're looking for a fairly high number here. We got a 6. We can sail 2 spots. 1, 2. And anchors or 2 damage. So that was a decent time to have cleared that off. That's 4, 5, 6. No damage. 2 actions done. Time for the next one. And now we're in an interesting spot as to what I want to do. I'd love for a different way. Well, no. I can remove 2. Man, there's nothing. Oh, wait. We're going to do this. To repair 1, I'm going to go to the quarters because that gives us, or allows us to clear 2 and get a 3rd. Flip here. It's just another alert, so we'll discard that. And now, we're out of the easy events. Rotten supplies. Get rid of the rotten food, lose 2 food and gain a fatigue. We will do that. I do not want to have this hanging over my head. I have tokens. Let's see, fatigue is what symbol? Frightened, that's poisoned, weakened, low morale, mad. I'm smart. Gain 1 fatigue. These tokens, I can put it on anybody. So, Mac. One of those times where I'm like, real smart. Real smart me. I really should have a better spot to put my drink than right over my shoulder, but I do not. So, we got to start out exploring 76. Figure out what happened to us before. And I feel like this is going to be it. Like I said, hey, there's picture 76.1. The photograph of the crew has coordinates on the back. You follow them to a dark cove lined with rocky spires. How are we supposed to get in there? Asks Audrey, examining the picture. She hands it to Raphael. I'm not touching it, he says, backing away. Big baby. I have to remember who Gregory is here. Says Gregory, snatching the picture. He stares at himself in puzzled amusement. The choppy water foams before the ship, bursting upward as a black squid-like creature emerges, leering down on you from the towering heights with 7 eerie eyes and its tentacles spilled over the gunwale. Well, I didn't expect to see you again, says the creature. Well, I didn't expect to see you again, says the creature in a booming voice. You gather your courage and call out a response. What do you mean? Who are you? The creature laughs. Oh, Thrax. Time rot can be such a nuisance, but I do believe this time it worked in my favor. Time rot, you ask?
Thrax is the god of time rot and all things corrosive, he explains. When he sleeps, he dreams rot time. I just didn't realize that you'd attacked my revolting father right next to Thrax's nest. You see, I'm from a different wandering sea, one in which my father's destroyed your ship and sent you and me through one of Thrax's time rots. If you're here, it means you found the other Manticore, and the one that didn't survive the battle. A pity, but it leaves us a second chance. At what, you ask? Why would we help you if it destroyed us last time? For the same reason the crew decided to help me. A totem. All you have to do is destroy my father for good this time, and I'll give you a totem. Where is your father? You ask. This time of year, he's in the southern seas. There won't be any time rot down there, so this is our last opportunity. You can return when you've finished him off. And here, I've collected some things to help you. Maybe you'll have better chance this time. You don't want to believe the story, but the picture and the coordinates are too much to ignore. Even if true, you're not sure it's worth risking the death of your entire crew just for one totem. A giant sea monster asks you to kill his father. Gain 1 meat. Set this in such a way that I not knock anything over. 2 XP. Draw 7 market cards. Gain 1 that cost 5 or less. We have meatballs. We have a tincture that uses 2 supplies to heal 4. Can't get that one or that one. A lantern. A braided whip. That's going to be the one we take. So the braided whip, I'll show it off here in a second. Complete quest 10. Gain quest 159 and return to the ship. Box completed quests. We'll finish up this before I show up the item. Oh, come on. It's right there. Father. The Straits northwest of Hunter's Haven. So even more specific location, which Hunter's Haven is here northwest. So in this area right here, we're currently right there. So I'm assuming the Straits northwest, so could be 31 because that is in the water versus anything else here. But we'll have to see if we head down there. We probably will. But also, I have 2 weapons. We have a braided whip that we can give to somebody who has good cunning, which is going to be Marcos, because now the downside is I lose all the armor, but that's 4 damage. Or no, we're giving it to Kasumi. It's just inherently better. It's a +5 to hit. This deals 5 damage. This deals 4. But if I hit,
which has been an issue. I've just missed too often with her. I love a good Negroni. All right. So we still have an action left. And I want to sail. But I want to go north. Not south yet. I want to sail here. Because now we're set up. We can go to Lucre City. We can explore there. We have the Hive card we can use. As well as then we have the ability to shop for that diving bell, or diving suit, which I would really love to get. Plus this thing gives us 12 coins. I really want to shop. So that's going to end this day. We have no damage on us. We have 5 fatigue available, and we're actually going to spend 2 command tokens to equip. We can equip this, even though it looks like Kasumi might be at her max of 2. This one is an ability of hers. So now we have this combo for the whip is going to hit for 5 still, with a +5 to hit. Real strong setup there. Have 1 cube in play. I don't want to pay it for anything that I can see. Nope. Don't want to pay it for anything. Not... Let's go here. Let's go to the galley. Because we gain 2. But more importantly, if we want... So I flip this. Discard to get rid of a low morale. We're going to get rid of that. We're going to discard this card to make it so we can activate somebody again. I think it is going to be the Good Doctor. So, we've gone through that. Rats. A swarm of rats infest the cargo bay. So if we use Cunning, which Cunning is the one I always have to look for. It is, in fact, the one I thought it was. If we use Cunning, and we're shooting for a Cunning of 7, Kasumi, by the way, has a Cunning of 3. For 5, 6, 7, 8, or 9. We don't have to deal with anything. If we had failed, it would have been 4 health. Well, we exterminated him. We still would have gotten rid of the card. Otherwise, we could have left him, but whenever we drew a 1 or 2, we would start eating through our food supply. Man, we have 5. I'm wondering if it's worth it to do a port action here. Because we're going to make a bunch of money in a minute here, selling the salamander. I'm going to spend 4. This is not the most ideal play. And I wish I hadn't discarded that card now to get rid of one of these. But that's all gone. I can spend money or supplies. I'm going to spend a supply. Heal or fix the ship. And then I can spend XP, which now I have 4 XP available. That seems worth it. I can do all of these things in one stop too. We're going to get Laurent's Old Sailor, using up all of it, and basically it means we gain an extra command when using this bridge action. So it would take us up to 3, which is nice, but it also now has Laurent hitting for 5 damage. I really need to give him, when he's at full health, so actually that's a really good one to give him. He is getting focused mind right now as well. So Laurent Lapointe is loaded up as he can be. These things go down so smoothly. I'm trying to savor it, but like on a hot day in the summer here in Minnesota, hot, humid day, it doesn't get much better than like a Negroni with some ice cubes. It feels refreshing. So we're going to explore location 70. So we tie the Manticore to the dock. And we could visit the university. We could explore the merchant district. We could enter the Hive Tower, which we can. We have Hive. And it could return the prince, but we don't have the keyword. We don't have the antique collector keyword, so we're going for 7014, which is the one I wanted to do anyways. Because it allows me to pay 5 and gain this diving token, suit token. I'm going to put it, I'm running out of space. I'm going to put it up here so I remember that we have it. Then we turn back to 70 and can consider other options. The only question I have is, do I want to explore I just want to go back to the ship. Going back to the ship, this isn't necessarily an optimal play here, but I don't feel like I'm prepared right now to go into the Hive Tower, and I can shop tomorrow and maybe even explore up here before going into the tower the next day. And let's see, I don't need to heal anybody. I can remove 1 token. I really want to get a card. So we're going to go to the quarters. Allows us to remove 1 token and get 3 command tokens. And that's the big thing for this one, is getting those 3. Oh, special recipe. Whenever you cook a recipe, restore 1 health. That's good, because I mean, that takes that stew from being 4 fatigue and 5 health to 4 fatigue and 6 health, or the soup from 3 fatigue and a low morale to 3 fatigue, a low morale, and a health. But Market time. Market. 7 cards. Oh, seriously? I really wanted to get a weapon. I mean, more armor isn't going to be bad. We are going to sell our adventurer item here for 12. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18 in terms of money. So let's see. We're going to for sure do this for 3. That's good. Very good for combat. +2 to hit. I don't feel like I need that. So right now we're at 9 left. 2 energy just to be able to sail. Or 4, yeah. 2 command just to be able to sail. So that takes us up to 7. So another 5 is what we need. And like, I don't need this one because we have Captain Odessa, who's 3. I don't need this one because we have Laurent Lapointe, who has 4. Seven. 8, 9, 10. 11. It doesn't hurt getting a second armor. And that. Okay, we have a ton of items now. This is where it can become trickier to keep track of, but everything, like, I don't have to see the picture on the item. I can have them stacked like this and be able to see what's going on. So we've done that. I think we have four of these tokens. I think we're as set as we're ever going to be. Let's do Explore 70, and we're going to the hive. A dozen guards in white robes stand at the door, but you stride up to them as though you've done this 100 times. Raising the metal key in plain sight, the guards glance at you sideways, but they let you pass. You place your eyeballs upon the keyhole and the door or eyeball. Wow, you place the eyeball into the keyhole and the door scrapes open. Tunnels wander in and out of the entryway, but every time you start down one of them, you end up right where you started. There's nowhere you can go. You gather the crew. We can't keep doing this much longer, or those guards will suspect something. Kanan reaches out for the metal eye. Examining the inscription, he turns to Mac. It looks like there's a mechanism on the sphere. It's not just a key, it's a machine. Can you read this? Read these symbols? Leak or lazy? She says, pointing to the first. Ambition was rain, I think. Examining the second. And this one I can't make out. It's half rubbed away. It looks like it's been worn down by overuse. Trigger leak or lazy. Trigger ambition reigns, or the worn down one, or break the puzzle. Oh. Part of me is like, well, if there's one that's worn down, we probably should use that one. And even if that doesn't take care of this for us, we might be able to return. Or could be the worn down one sucks, like there's some sort of monster there and somebody's always trying to deal with it. Or ambition reigns. I don't think leak or lazy. I don't feel like doing sloth. So mechanism, ambition, or break the puzzle. Part of me is like, yeah, let's break the puzzle and see what happens. But also, I don't want that to end up with us being banished or something like that. Or, I mean, we already freed a shadow monster and then had to defeat him later. So let's go with ambition. This is probably a mistake. Kanan twists the mechanism, and out of the eyeball grows a mass of metal scales that start crawling up his arm. The crew try and stop it, but it grows across every hand it touches. They try and pull away or fling the eye to the floor, but nothing can stop the progress of the mystifying metal machine until Mac takes a handkerchief from her sleeves and starts to polish away the scales from the arms of the crew. She works her way down each arm until all that's left is the key. Then she polishes that too and releases a shining metal coin. Oh, sweet. All of that for a coin. 4 damage. And a weakened. You all right? She asks, as those who reach for the metal eye cradle their raw hands. It seems you must have a level of humility to approach the mechanism correctly. We should have turned the words around. Not ambition reigns, but reign your ambition. Turn to 70, 15. The guards are mumbling to themselves from outside the door, and you know you're running out of time before they come to inquire about your credentials. I gotta trigger the Warren one, 74. It only turns part ways, and we gain 2 low morale. We return. They're still grumbling. 71. We're doing it. We're just going all the way. Kanan turns the mechanism inside the sphere, and it spits a spray of needle-sized darts into your crew. It pierces through skin and muscle and causes great anguish to remove them. After extracting one of the darts from her leg, Mac examines the sphere again. 6 health this time. Oh my goodness. I see now. It's meant to be read the other way. It wasn't lazy. It was lie down. I suppose we were meant to duck before it discharged. Well, congratulations to the crew. Everybody's injured. And we're going to say, screw it. We've tried everything. The puzzle goes bye-bye. You walk up to Kanan and grab the metal eye and smash it on the floor, slamming your boot down on it and twisting it into the stones. The floors shudder, and the dust puffs in from every tunnel in every direction. You search down a corridor and find that it no longer loops back on the entry room. That must have been the answer the whole time, you say. That was an infuriating machine, says Kanan. Before the guards have a chance to suspect anything else, you head down one of the corridors. The air is cool but thick, like you're underwater, and the light shimmers like it's refracting off currents of intangible sea. But the calm is broken by the thrum of approaching footsteps and scratch clang of swords dragged upon the stone. 16, 17, and 37. '16, 17. I don't know what we have. Well, we have a few weapons now. Put our ship up here. Skeleton, eye, Knight Luvrik. Not that bad to... Well, I mean, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. The issue is he hits back for 1,000,000. So you need to either be able to do 8 in one fell swoop. Captain Odessa can do 7. Like this one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to do. Alright, well, Kasumi's going first. We're going back to the old standby here. She's also at a +5 to hit. So we are just going to target the skeletal hunter here. Let's see. Yeah, we're going to target the skeletal hunter with the whip. Oh, wow. We got 6 to hit. And I'm not going to place these out. Well, I'm 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. She can pass this on to somebody else. Captain Odessa doesn't take a hit back because the skeletal hunter, not hunter, is gone. Now we activate Captain Odessa, targeting the Knight Luvrik. She has +2 to hit. We need to get a 6, 4, and now let's count up the damage. So based off of eyes, she's doing 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That was the scary one that we needed to take out. Now we just need somebody to deal 3 damage. She can pass this on to anybody because, well, he's no longer at full health. Because Mac will do 3 damage if she hits, and now this allows her to go diagonal. +4 to hit. That has 4. So it doesn't matter really what we flip here. 7. 2 more. That was... That was way, way easier than I thought it might be. Oops, sorry. I honestly... Well, the fight for the Knight Luvrik had to go that way. He was not getting hit until we reached the point where we could deal 8 damage to him at once. Because, yeah, that just is not possible, 80.2. Not far beyond the fallen monsters, the ancient wall hums in a triangular chamber. You pick up a jagged axe, examining the carved pebble fastened within. Someone clears her throat. A familiar face with gray curly hair appears. Umlud, the god who brought you to the wandering sea. Hello again, she says, her visage unclear and spectral, the outline of her body wavering as if she were underwater. How do you like my tower? I constructed it many eons ago, but it's a sad state now, overrun by imps and other creatures from the Cinder Realm. They invaded through the tunnels in the lower dungeon and stole my priceless totems and artifacts. When you wake me, I'll return and rule the wandering sea from this tower again. Umlud sighs, fading until nothing remains. You leave the tower and relate the story to the professors at Laukat University. Fascinating. We can now explore the tower more easily. We must get in there right away, says Professor Nilio, and pays you for your services. So, artifact. Then, how much money? 4 coins. So we'll just turn that into 5. This is the most nerve-wracking part, is when I set this down and drop the pencil on the floor. 3 XP. 135 is done. And adventure card 28. So, just remember, I was saying I wanted a weapon. Pretty sure this is going to be my weapon. Adventure card 28. Holy buckets. +3 to hit. Ooh, gain of fatigue after attacking with it. But right now, it's better than what Raphael has. That is a big hitting weapon for him. Better than, yeah, he's better than anybody else for it. So, it's been about an hour. Come back up here. And there we have it. We're doing pretty well totem-wise. That's one. Oh, I forgot to check off the totem we received. Only one totem this time. The Axe of Cinderlands. So we're at 4 totems. So 4 totems. Still don't know if we're any closer to the end. And with that, thank you so much for watching. If you're watching this after the fact, let me know where you think we should go next. We could go back to this way, over here, sail across to Ullum, or Ullum's, yeah, Ullum. There's the snake attack. Don't know what that does. There's the Hoard of Goods. Don't know where to go for that one. Serpent Father, that is down to a straight, and I'm putting all these things out. And then there's the beach, and probably that's going to be the one we do next. We'll go to the beach and then sail down towards the father, though honestly I'm a little bit concerned about how rough attacking the father is going to be. But I think that is going to be the direction we head next time. Let me know your thoughts. Let me know if you're enjoying the gameplay. If you are, and you want to know when we go live, best way to do that is subscribe and click the notification bell. That's going to tell you when we go live. As well as to help more people find these videos, comment on them. Give them a thumbs up. Let me know if you're enjoying them. Is there anything I can change to make it better? Such as not having 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 different items out here, which is a lot. But yeah, thank you for watching. I put out videos every Wednesday, 8 p.m. Central Time. Join me. More of this once this is done. Then I'm going to be playing Spire's End after that. And also check out nerdologist.com. I'm writing lots of nerdy articles there. I'm talking currently about the 124 games in my collection out of 300 that I haven't played, and kind of my goal to get down to under 100. And I'm talking about the different games that I have, and also the not Malta Meeples 10-minute Marvel podcast, where I talk about Marvel things for 10 minutes once a week. Quick little podcast if you want to keep up on Marvel MCU news, comic news, though I don't hit on that as often as I might. And if there's time, cover a topic for the day. And well, next week I can basically guarantee what I'll be talking about are the Moon Knight and Doctor Strange in the Multiverse of Madness TV spots that are going to be coming out during the Super Bowl. With that, thank you for watching, and I will see you next time.